Namaste. Now let us study ethics, norms, and the morals. So, what is the relation between these three? Already we have studied ethical values. Now, norms and morals also just we have to establish relation with ethics. Now, let us see what is an ethical norms or norms. We can define norms as ethical norms as standardized ways of conduct and behave in a society, company, or other organization. Standardized ways of conduct and behave means already the ways and the behavior and the conduct is defined, well defined. One should be how how one should be in the organization, how one should be in the society or in the company. Like this, it is already defined. We have to be like that only. Then it is called standardized ways of conduct and behave. For example, students are required to wear uniforms. So wearing uniform is a expected behavior like this. And polite behavior of the students and listening, all these are expected. So like this these are defined well in advance how the student should be in the college like this. So these are this that's why the norms are standardized ways of conduct and behave. How well you have to behave with the given conditions, and the role of the student or the role of the people in the organizations are well in advance defined. According to that, one has to behave. That is norms or ethical norms, you can say. Now see, American Marketing Association statement of ethical norms and values provides the membership and marketing community with a standardized map for how to interact with the colleagues, how we have to interact means so mutual communication with the colleagues, with the customers, how to behave with our customers. And there's a large society, how we have to face them, how we have to interact with them in a professional manner, not in any like any other manner, because we are studying business ethics. In a say the marketing is also a profession, how best we behave in the business in a professional manner. That is what here is business ethics or ethical norms. We say ethical norms. So, American Marketing Association statement of ethical norms and values encourages the marketing to marketing community to abide by these some ethical norms. Norms are there because here without the norms are nothing but here we can say regulations and all these rules and regulations. Without that, you cannot define you cannot define the role of any person in the society. Maybe organization, maybe society, or maybe the company, or even the college, anything it may be. So, what are the ethical norms here? So, trustworthiness is expected. Trustworthiness, how, what all contributes for trustworthiness? Be honest in the society. So, whatever we do, we must be very frank to say that what we are doing. We must be very honest. Whatever you are doing, honestly, we have to do. Then integrity should be there. Then personality, reliable, transparency, we can say, or you should have the reliability. We should have the other person should be able to understand you. They must believe you. That kind of behavior is expected. And when we are there in the society or in the company or in the organization or anywhere, we are part and partial of everything. So then we should be loyal. At home also you must be loyal to your parents, right? In the college also you must be loyal to the teachers. So then only they believe you, trust you. Once here as you like, we cannot behave because we are there in the society. So I don't like, see, I am independent, I can do what I like. No, it cannot be. So independence is there, there are rights given to you, there are fundamental rights. Apart from that, you are, very important thing what you have to remember is you are there in the society, you are part and parcel of the society, then you are definitely abide by the rules and regulations of the society or where you are there. Society doesn't mean that your particular home or the family, anything it includes. And where you are working, where you are daily interacting, everything it comes. So you have to gain the trustworthiness, means others must trust you. That is what here. Then respect should be there, respectable. Then how you will gain the respect? Simply people don't give respect. When you are expecting respect, you must be responsible, remember. Without the here, if you are not responsible, never you would get respect. So when you are expecting respect, some here characters, some norms, rules you have to follow. Civility must be there. Civility in the sense you must be civilized in your behavior. Civilized behavior must be there. You cannot be rude. Whatever the situation it may be, always you must be patient to listen to that. You should show courtesy towards others. Courtesy is also important. Then in your behavior also, decent behavior is expected. Always decency is liked by most of the people. And you have to maintain the dignity also. When you are a student, you must like you must be like student only, you cannot be a film actor. If you are leaving long hair and putting, even boys, especially boys, leaving long hair and putting rubber here, this is not, it doesn't here give look like a students. So dignity you have to maintain. If you are a PG students, how you should be in the college, how you must be responsible. Always you have to maintain our dignity. The autonomous in the behavior, autonomous behavior is expected. Then you have to tolerate some, yeah, sometimes among us only or between colleagues, between even friends. Sometimes misunderstanding will be there. To some extent, you have to tolerate everything. Sudden reaction or getting angry, this is not fair because it breaks the relationship. We are there in the society, we are with others, we should have that feeling. You have to tolerate to some extent. Sudden reaction or without thinking, if you react, obviously you are going to spoil the atmosphere, yours as well as others also. Then always you should have the acceptance character. Means you have to accept the truth. So you should not always like fighting cock. For everything you should not give some kind of negative reaction. If it is acceptable, then accept it. Where it may be, even sometimes, if even we have to accept from here from young children also, right? That is what is respect, gaining respect, responsibility. Always, when we are expecting responsibility, remember we have to be responsible. You have to be responsible. Means responsibility must be shown in our activities. How we can show? Accountability means what? Your whatever work you are doing, then it must be considered, it must be given. Whatever task you are given, the for the task, being for the task being undertaken, you have to give the details, or you should show it to your seniors or boss. All the whatever you have done, you should give detailed note of it to the your next senior personnel. Then pursuit for excellence. Excellence in the conduct. Always here, you remember, always we must think of how best we can do the job. That is very important. So whatever in, see, always we have to be very creative. How best I can do the job with the ease, speed, faster, anything. How best, how beautifully I can do the job. Excellence we have to keep in our minds. So there are ways here. We get so many times, so many different kinds of thought and all this. Even all are unique in their knowledge. So you one or the other idea we get to better the job. That we should think of excellence. So even nowadays online classes are there. Even we are thinking how best we can reach the students through words or through pictures or through gestures or through actions of the pictures or words. So, like this, creativity you have to think of. Excellence, we have to search for the excellence. Then, self restraint. Where sometimes we have to restrict ourselves. Always here, we cannot mingle with so many unwanted things and all this. We have to restrict ourselves when we are part and partial of a particular company business. Then we have to restrict ourselves to that business only. Then we should not mingle with others, or we should not go against the company norms. Fairness. Always we must be fair in our activities. You know, in the process, while working also various stages of process will be there. While doing job also steps will be there, stages will be there. Very fairly we have to do that. And impartiality is also very important. Impartial, we should not be partial to others, even in the college only. So we teachers should not be partial to any student. All students are equal to us. But sometimes you may be uh, thinking, yes, madam is the partial to, she gives much importance to one student. It is not because of the partiality, but because of the identification it is. If she or he shows more and more interest, hard worker, then obviously we need to identify them because it gives them some recognition. They feel happy. That's what it is. It is not impartiality. Sorry, partiality. It is impartial. Even though it is like that, it is partial. It is not partiality, impartiality only. Um, but when we are recognizing particular students, those who are working hard, very active and reactive also, such persons should be given recognition because we indirectly we just suggest other students to do like that. So that's what it is. Fairness again, equity, just and fair must be there. All are equal. Equal treatment must be there in the organization. So whatever the cadre of job it may be, the whatever job you do, we are working to earn our bread and butter. Even Ruskin, you might have heard the writer Ruskin in his book Unto This Last. In his book, remember, Unto This Last, he has written the lawyer and the barber, though both are working to earn their bread and butter. Obviously, when the goal of both the persons are same, obviously it is they have every right to get same respect in the society. No need to differentiate them. because their goal is to earn bread and butter. Means food, meals a day, meals, right? In the here in Ruskin's onto this last book, if you see, you'll understand so many things. Because even nowadays, we may be lecturers here. Somebody those who are sweepers, ultimately we are, want to have food, want to earn food. That is the basic need. Other things come, other things are immaterial. After this, when we are able to satisfy our basic needs, then only other things come, right? Okay. Then we must be caring. We are there in the society or in the family also, small part of society, we can say family also comes in the society. We must care for others, take care of, because empathy feeling it is. We must feel the feelings of others. Then only it is possible. Otherwise, it is at the basic nature of human beings. Humanity. That should be there. There's all citizenship should be there. Those who are there, we are all citizens. Then when we want to acquire that, you must behave like a citizens. Citizens are there means there are so many norms, ethics, rules, regulations. We must abide by all those rules and regulations. Then only it is a true citizenship. And moreover, we should not harm others by, we have to avoid the harms by making good choice and acting in accordance with ethical standards, rules, legal guidelines. Like for example, marketing for a company product is not done at the expense of hurting customers with faulty information. If you want to market the company product, don't give false information to the customers because it may harm them. Right? That's why it's not fair. Foster foster trust in marketing systems. We have to create fair prices. We have to keep fair prices, fair communication. All this have to make the persons to believe in us. And we have to embrace all ethical values. Ethical values means the values which are accompanied by ethics. We have to build the connection with the customers and we have to boost their trust in marketing. We have to boost their trust in the marketing of our goods. We have to, so how we can do it? By maintaining the six core ethical values such as responsibility, honesty, respect, fairness, transparency, and citizenship. If these principles or ethical values are followed, then obviously we can win over the customers. So, how best we can do in the society? Then there are some sources for ethical norms. What are the different sources? So, particular individual can acquire ethical norms by or from different sources. Maybe from your family also from because we are when we are living in the society, family also a small part of the society. It is also part of society means it is part of the uh, society itself. We can get from a family, friends also we can get some ethical norms. The law gives rules, regulations, and all this. Then religious beliefs, in religion also so many. Take for example, if you are tired of reading and all this, when you are reading, sometimes you are reading, then you are asking us, madam, if I read like this, definitely I'm going to get a job. Then what? See, we are not astrologists there, we are not fortune tellers, we cannot assure you any job, but we can guide you. So in the Hindu Bhagavad Gita, there is karmanyavadikaraste mahapaleshu kadachana. We can advise you like this, right? Because Krishna says, do all your works, do all your works. You have right to do all the works, good works. But the expect what you are expecting, that just leave it to God. God will assure you all the benefits. Don't think of benefits, what you are going to get by doing the jobs. Like some religious belief helps us whenever we are tired of reading something, or if we are not sure about our success, then obviously if you remember this, then obviously you will get some relaxation, right? Karmanyavadikaraste mapaleshu kadachana. Then we can assure ourselves, yes, I got every right to do my work. Then there is a God, supernatural power. Obviously, you definitely will get with a true honesty, with a fair mind. If you work, definitely one or the other day, your success is sure. If you suspect God, or if you suspect yourself, remember, if you suspect yourself in your in the hard work, or if you suspect God, supernatural power, whatever, if you don't believe, you are not going to lose anything. If you believe also, you are not going to lose anything in the supernatural power. Then better believe, then you will be empowered. You feel somebody is there to observe us, you feel somebody is there to take care of you, then morally you will become very strong. Then obviously it gives you positive benefit, right? It is a religious belief. Then society at large, society also gives so many guidance for us. These are also sources for us in the in the society, how we should be there, like that. Employer also one of the sources of ethical norms. Employer also gives us always some guidance in all this. Then profession also. If you want to be a chartered accountant, how you must be. Then in auditing, you might have read, chartered accountant must be watchdog, but must not be bloodhound. Always it is quoted in the auditing only. He must be a watchdog, but not be a bloodhound. So it is profession says, right? Even for doctors and all this, save life. Their aim should be save life. Professional ethic it is. And our teachers, we teachers. So our slogan is we teach. So it is our ethic. We have to teach. So we have to follow this. Otherwise, we will not be called as teachers. Then regions of country. Particular every place also teaches us. Holy places and all this they teach us. If you go to any holy place like really temples and all this, then obviously you will learn something there. If you go to Dharmasthala, you have to enter the temple in a queue, right? Then at least see you can praise that. You can, you will be very happy. You don't feel, even though there is big crowd, you feel, don't feel harassed or will not be pushed. That is also norms we can get from that. Fellow workers also, from our fellow workers also we get, even though they may be your fellow workers, they also have, because you cannot neglect our fellow workers. They also have some ethics and all this. From them also we can get. Even elders also they can get from small children some knowledge and all this. Our children are more advanced than us. Obviously, we can get yeah, some kind of knowledge. Definitely, all these we can say sources of ethical norms. There are so many things. Ethical norms we get from each and every source, where we get, wherever we go. All this, like this. Now, let us go to the ethics and morals. Okay. Ethics, you know that ethics are related to the philosophy behind a moral outcome. It is a philosophy, you say. Here, the ethics are philosophy beyond the moral. And morality is agreed upon rules for what is right and what is wrong. Morality gives us what is right and what is wrong. So, this ethics are set of moral principles that governs a person's behavior and or serve as a code of conduct. A set of moral principles must be there in the ethics, right? So they govern, they help to serve a code of conduct. Now, what is moral? An individual's principle concerning the distinction between the right and wrong, or good and bad. An individual, a person, we are all, we are all, we are all having principles. Our own principles we have, right? These are concerned with the right and wrong, good and bad, right? We can make decision which is right, which is wrong, which is good, which is bad. It is very much linked with the individuals. So that is what here is moral. So what we can say is ethics represent the moral code that guides a person's choices and behaviors throughout their life. The idea of moral code extends beyond the individual to include what is determined to be right and wrong for a community or a society at large. Ethics is concerned with rights, responsibilities, use of language, and what it means to live an ethical life and how people make moral decisions. Take for example, we may think of moralizing as an intellectual exercise, but more frequently it's an attempt to make sense of our gut instincts and reactions. So you can say here moral is a subjective concept. And many people have strong and stubborn beliefs, right? We have in religious and all this, we have very strong and stubborn beliefs about what's right and wrong. So they are directly contrast to moral beliefs of others. So we in religious here, so because of this only there is a fight between different religions. One religion is having very strong and stubborn belief about its own philosophy, and another religion will be having a different opinion about the this belief. Obviously, it leads to disputes or difference of opinion. Even we can say here, morals are not same or they are not constant. They vary from person to person, religion to religion, and culture to culture. But here, if you are dependent on your religion and all that. But some uniform or universal beliefs are there, morals are there, and even human emotions and all this, they are universal. You know that here, morality or morals, they are concerned with the norms, values, and beliefs, and embedded in social process which define right and wrong for an individual or community, which are right and wrong. Morality makes us to decide which is right and which is wrong, which is bad or which is good. So even though there may be norms, values, beliefs and all this, but we have to be guided which is right and which is wrong. Otherwise, so we are living in the society, we cannot help the society. You know that ethics is concerned the study of morality. Ethics, it is a set of moral principles we have already seen. So it studies the morality and the application of reason to elucidate specific rules and principles that determine right or and wrong for a given situation. These rules and principles are called ethical theories. We have already studied some ethical theories, deontological theories, utilitarian theories, rights, then causes theories. All these theories are there. So these morality and ethics together, morality helps us to understand what is right and wrong. So these rules and principles are very much there in the ethics. So already we have studied in the ethical theories how we can decide. Always you remember, first comes morality, then ethics. That's why we say ethics is a set of moral principles that governs a person's behavior. Set of morality must be there. Otherwise, ethics will not be successful. It precedes ethical theory. Remember, all individuals and communities have higher. All individuals and community they have morality, a base sense of right or wrong in relation to particular activities. We think any religion you take, any community you take, any individual take, we think even stealing also, even the robbers, thieves also think. Just you ask any thief, you are stealing the things of others. Is it correct? Obviously, he says no. He knows what he is doing is wrong. He can think, but why he does it depends on his situation. Ethics, always you remember, it represents an attempt to systematize and rationalize the morality, typically into generalized normative rules that owes a solution to situation of moral uncertainty. Then ethical theories, so many theories, rights theory or justice theory we have studied, how they are governed by morality. For example, you take Kahneman and Palton, they analyze that different usage of concept ethics and morality in the writings of Michael Fackelt and Zygmunt Bauman. It is there. They are the two leading authors in the area of postmodern business ethics. They said they've identified different striking distinction. In fact, they provide a direct contradiction to one another to recognize the ethics about some form of rationalization of morality. So they conducted a study on that. Then they came to the conclusion that ethics and morality they are very much concerned with each other. Virtually, they provide a direct contradiction to one another. In recognition, ethics is about, they say, some form of rationalization of morality, rationalization of morality. All ethics are there. Just they told that they have to rationalization of morality means all morality or moral behavior what we have, they are to be rationalized. Morality is what here ethics, some moral behavior what we have, that to be through using ethics we can make them rationalized or the realistic one to provide ethical norms. and they are put to produce the ethical norms or ethical behavior. They are organized in the form of ethical theory, and these can be applied to any situation to solve the potential here ethical problems. You are by those so many theories already you have seen in those it is found. Okay, now we'll see. Just we'll see. You know that here morals ethics. Morals are preceded by ethics. These are the morals are the principles and rules of right conduct. We think right or wrong, and we have to. If you are very civilized, very rational, obviously will do the right conduct using your moral. But ethics are the responding process used to determine right conduct. They respond. They give response. Remember. Then we see here moral is a individual behavior. It may be a private and personal, but ethics are very much related to profession, and it is for the community also. In the moral, commitment to principles and values is usually defined in daily life. Daily life, what we are making commitment to the principles and values. We make so many commitments, right? In the within the situation, with the family, with the society, like this. But ethics is inquiry. We are making an inquiry or study of principles and process of. We study the principle. What are the principles are there, and we can question. This is ethics. Always we can question about the environment, about the cultural, about the health and all this. The morals are related to individual's character. Individuals, all of your moral governance, what are there, very much related to particular person. But ethics speaks the relationship between human beings. What among the between the among the human beings, what kind of relation is existing? Studies. That is what here is ethics. Now let us see few sources. These are because morals. There are various sources. Morals is it is very much there in the business and even common life also it is there. From our culture we get the moral principles. From what culture we follow. In every culture is very important. All the cultures are having their own preference, priority. We get it. And all the religion also, all the religions, even take Bible. Love your neighbors like you only. Means we love ourselves. If you don't love yourself, you cannot live. So we love. And at the same time, we have to love others in the sense we have to think what I am, they are also like me only. So like thinking like that. That is we have to we have to love our neighbors like us only. Education also gives us. It's a moral even in your school days and all this separate moral education period was there. I think we had that moral education period. In that class, teachers used to tell us so many moral stories and all this. So that is even family also. Your parents guide you what is right and wrong. You should not lie. You should not steal from others. You should work hard. Even your parents still know. Uh, don't tell lies. Be honest. Do honest work and all this. We also in the class tell you you are PG students. Then also, and parents also every time they when all the parents expect their whatever they may be, they expect their children to be good. Obviously, it happens right. Then Your personality also so different from different personality we get some sources, we get moral benefits, we get various personality. When those who are hard worker, then we think we also must work like them only. Some the persons who are working for the society and doing something good to the society, then we follow them. We follow so many, so for us so many heroes, heroines are there. They obviously they are not film actor and directors. Hero heroine in sense those who do heroic deeds, they're all hero and heroines for us. They're all model for us. So many personalities become source for moral. Then leaders, our mentors, our leaders, they're also, even we see, we also sometimes in the even for you in the college, all teachers are your leaders. They all guide you all the time. They give you some moral benefits and all this. Maybe may not be say always maybe for you boring, but some students accept it. So obviously these all help you. Okay, these are all the different sources of moral values. Okay, today we'll continue. Next in the next video we'll see the economics and the ethics. Okay, thank you.